Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Malaika Bowei, and with me is this very lovely husband of mine. His name is Pastor Bowei. We've been on our 10th wedding anniversary series. Okay, we've done part 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth and the final part. Okay, so tonight we will be talking about the challenges we had in our marriage, the issues we had, and how we settled our issues, and then finally how we succeeded in this marriage in the past 10 years. In the beginning, it wasn't easy. We had a lot of squabbles. We had a lot of basketballs, Not that we were punching ourselves, but, we had issues. But yes, it's gotten better and sweeter in the past 10 years. So this is what we will be talking about tonight on this live video. Sweetie, how are you?
I'm good. Good evening, guys, and welcome. I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome. I trust you've been following, the first, second, and third part. Tonight is going to be beautiful because when you hear good stories, you need to hear what happened behind the scenes. We're going to tell you about challenges, how we resolve issues, and how far God has helped us get here, mentorship, and the other things. So just get ready, get your friends, get everybody prepared, and share. Don't forget, and we're on.
So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider to subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so that you get notified when we post the next video. Are you starting or am I starting today?
No, you start first. Women are better at keeping records at a lot of things. So I always let them start so we can add up and build it up from there.
Okay, so, in the beginning, right, it wasn't easy. This guy is the kind of person that when you do something to him, he will file it. He will file it and wait for you. 4 days after, while I'm sleeping, sometimes 1 a.m., sometimes 2, you will see somebody will just tap you. We need to talk. Imagine me, I'm in the express. That time in my sleep, I've entered the express. He'll wake me up. He wants to talk. And then when he starts talking, you did this the other day, you did that the other day, you did. And I'm wondering, this thing you say I did happened 5 days ago. And you did not say anything up till this moment. Is now you want to talk. I was like, he needed to calm down, process it in his mind, and then talk. I'm like, oh God, you are a very wicked man. You are wicked. So that means all these 4 days that we have been smiling at each other, you've been carrying something in your heart for me. And you didn't tell me. Now you want to come and talk about it. So it was terrible. I felt like, look, how can you be this mean? I do something. You don't tell me. You just hold it. 3 or 4 or 5 days later, you want to talk about it. I'm like, so for 1 year, 2 years, practically 5 years, it was issue. I said to him, look, if I do something, tell me, let us sort it out. Not come and be trying to plan. Do you understand? So that one, it wasn't funny.
So number one, that the first issue we had was communication issues.
Yeah.
We come from 2 different backgrounds. I believe for no reason, you do not raise your voice, raise your hand, shout or scream at your wife for any reason. So I believe if you offend me, rather than me shouting, screaming at you or hitting you, I keep mute, I keep quiet, I process it because I understand also the power of words. You can say some very dangerous things that you don't really mean because of anger, and you damage the person who is your wife or who is your spouse. So I keep quiet, I put them down. It might take me a day or 2 or 3 or 4.
It used to reach 5 days.
So yes, so after I get my thoughts together, then secondly, don't forget, there is also something to teach people. You are not just a normal person, you are a leader, you are a pastor. So imagine I start shouting during the day or even during the evening. Neighbors will hear it. Pastor, don't they shout again for a wife? They don't they quarrel. So I also understood that the best time to discuss is in the night. Not just because I want to disturb the person I'm talking with. It puts me in check. Once it is 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., there's no way I can shout.
That is the witchy hour. That's witchy hours.
So if I shout, I'll be waking my neighbors up. What will I tell them that I'm doing in the night shouting? So it keeps me on that check. I can't raise my voice. I can't shout. And we'll get to talk about it.
But imagine me. I'm sleeping.
Yes.
2 a.m., 1 a.m. I'm sleeping. Or God decides to wake me up and he wants to talk about something I did 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Don't you think about it?
So you can say it is now 2 different sides. She believes if I do something to you, tell me immediately, correct me, what I want to shout, and let it end right there. I know my side. I used to be a very angry person, a very funny, but people don't, they are shocked when they know about that.
Because it's quiet, but
I used to be very angry. I'm quick to slap, I'm going to shout, but I had to work on it over time because of who I'm going to become. So I now prefer be quiet, be mute, don't say words. Words you can say, you may not be able to take it back, and if you damage people, especially women, when you say hurtful words to them, it's very dangerous. So I had to balance it. But you see, for 5 years, it was an issue. She didn't understand, why will you wake me up by the time of the night? Why will you keep something for 4 days
5 days,
5 days
heart.
and start coming to talk about it on the 5th day? So we had two different schools of thought. I do something wrong, correct me, scold me, shout, say anything,
That's
and
that's
it goes.
me.
I believe, no, I don't want to shout, I don't want to scream, I don't want to raise my hand, I don't want to do anything. I take my time to process my thoughts and have the right words to say. So you can also pass correction to the person and also win the person's heart or win the person's soul or whatever you do.
On my own side, right, I'm the kind of person that if you do something to me, I tell you straight up. I mean, why are we wasting time? Why am I trying to sleep over it? I will tell you that you did something to me, you know. So if he upsets me, you know, he expects me to calm down. Bro, I say, look, oh God, I don't have any fun. I don't even have memory drive to be processing. I may not shout, I may not insult, but if you do something, I tell you straight up now, oh God, this thing you did to me is not fair, you know. But he wasn't understanding my part. I bore it to that. You see, those years, those 5 years, we are 5 up to 6 years.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Sometimes when he's talking in my heart, I'm like, Biko, do let me go and sleep. Shebi, this night, 5 years, I want to beg. I may not say it out, I may not, but in my heart, I'm like, look, oh God, please do fast. But guess what? Because of the way we are taught, we as women, you can't shout at your husband, you can't raise your voice at your husband. So no matter how angry I was, I can be bubbling, I can be shouting in my heart.
Ladies,
Like,
did you hear that?
I
As
can be
women,
bubbling.
you should not raise your voice or shout at your husband.
No.
But she said something now, you know, if you do something to her, she tells you straight up. Now, see the issue with telling people straight up. You don't know how you will react and how you will say it to the person straight up. You might not be calm because you're angry, somebody offended you. You may not be calm to telling the person, you offended me, I don't like this, I don't like this, don't do that again. See what you do me now. Because you're trying to pass across a message to somebody. It can come out as insulting, can come out as being rude. That even if I do you something, you will find better way to tell me. So you could see how we struggled with that. It was a challenge because she was not getting my part. I was not getting that part. I was not going to do that to tell you now, to tell you immediately, to tell you how it is. No, I wasn't going to do that because if I start doing that, it may turn me into the kind of man or husband I do not want to be. I cannot become a shouting man, a nagging man. Maybe because I cannot hit her, I have to hit table or hit TV just to keep my anger down. Or some people take their car and drive out of the house. In the course of men trying to control anger, not hitting their wives, because they want to let it out immediately, they drive out of the house. It's from driving out of the house, they start mingling with bad guys, start drinking with other people.
You see one
and before you know, you see one other person, Jezebel's daughter that they will send to you. Before you know, you're in trouble. So I'm in the house with you. I may not be happy with you. I'm not going to say until I process my thoughts, get the facts right, and know what to say to you to get the message across, and also save the person. So you can see how we struggle with that for close to 6 years out of the 10 years of marriage.
Funny thing is, we sleep together. We have, I mean, there are couples who believe that the husband should have his room, the wife should have her room. If it works for you, perfect.
Go ahead.
All right? There is really no rule that says you must stay together in one room. But for us, we decided from the very first day, shall you see this room? It is 2 of us together. So we used to call it Cold War.
I don't have my own room. So we have one room together. It's one bed.
We have one room together, one wardrobe.
Nobody sleeps in the parlor. Say you're angry, you sleep in the parlor. No.
Your clothes is on one corner, my clothes on one corner, your shoes are here. In fact, my makeup is here. In fact, 2 of us, we are in one wardrobe. Every single thing that we own together is in the same room.
Yeah.
So when we are, when we quarrel, we used to call it Cold War. You are in the room, but you're not talking. You can stay in that room. And then, it's not easy as a pastor. So you come to church and you're supposed to hold your wife hand. So both of us will hold hand, and in my house, because just do this and remove your hand, because you come to church, we'll smile. Then at the end of the service, we'll sing, I love this family.
I have to hold your wife's hand. But you're not talking for 2 days or 3 days because somebody's offended, somebody's angry, and don't want to talk about it.
And then we hold it hard, The hand will just be abeg. You people should sing this thing. We say, may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God. When you finish, amen. I'm like, please just leave me, because then you remove his hand, walk to the, and then you go back to the house and continue our burning face. Now, second issue. Sure, you see this man. He's the chief of silent treatment. Hi.
It's same thing. We're not talking now.
God forbid. Do you know Pastor Boy can stay with you in the house for 5 days and totally ignore you? As in, he will behave like you don't exist. That one can pepper my soul. Hey. That thing can pain me. 5 days. And he woke up. Pastor Boy will tell me, look, sweetie, I can stay with you for the next 1 year and not talk to you, and I'll be fine. In fact, my anointing will still increase.
Now, see the issue. Now, guys, don't forget it's clear. You know,
silent treatment, God.
Would you prefer, as a man, silent treatment or abusing your wife? Like shouting, hitting her, saying terrible words. Like, you know, when I hear men tell their wife, you are useless. You are the worst thing that happens to me. You are good for nothing. You are a witch. Since I got married to you, my life has not remained the same. I'm shocked. I don't know why you have the heart to say such words. I rather keep mute or even go dumb than saying anything. So you see the balance. So she sees it as, oh, he is not nice, silent treatment. I'm saying we know how we can be bad with words, especially some of us that come from Niger Delta side. You know, speaking of pidgin English, we have some very, very terrible words that we grew up with in Benin, and we can see all sorts. And anger resides there too. So we've dealt with the anger issue, we've dealt with the abusing issue of the husband or the wife. Now it's also part of what you say. So
there's verbal abuse,
yes, emotional abuse, and the rest of them. I prefer to be quiet until I've been able to work on my anger or work on my being upset, then find a way to talk about it.
But all this you're preparing, sometimes it can take 5 days, 6 days, 7 days.
So you see, why was saying challenges now? First challenge was communication. Second is now this, how we're able to solve problems or issues we have.
He would keep quiet. As in, he will wake up and say, how are you? Fine. Hope you're fine. In fact, you stand up. Well, in fact, that is when he will get busy. In fact, all the persons that have problem in church, all the people that demons are pursuing, that is when all of them will find him. All the people that their heart is breaking, they are looking for a pastor to talk to. He will just dress up, he will go to church, he will stay in church office. And you know, people have issues. Husband is doing, wife is doing, children are doing, education, money, all of those kinds of things. So people who want to see pastor, plenty. So that can, if Pastor B wants to be busy from morning till 6:37, or guys in the office. And guess what? He will eat in the office, he'll come back, just make Indomie for me. He will eat Indomie, small egg, fiam. And guess what? He had this silly game, PS5, that is like his second wife. He may not talk to me. 4 hours he's on that game. He's playing what? He's playing FIFA 21 and FIFA 20 and FIFA, whatever they had then. Right? And that thing can pepper me. Do you know what used to pepper me? I don't know how to quarrel. I may look like I'm the... See, people believe in this marriage that I'm the one that is doing basketballs. It's not true. You see this man? This man is wicked. I don't know how to explain it. See, on the outside, I look like I'm aggressive. I look like, look, if you do anyhow, you say anyhow. But on this side, I don't get issue. You see me? Once you do something to me, I tell you, it finishes there. I will not carry it in my mind. I will not remember it tomorrow. But you see this one that is looking like he's the innocent of two of us. He's the one that is, I don't know, should I say wickeder?
No, but it's also part of my makeup now, because you don't just you offend me. I just tell you, it is how I feel it. Everybody goes. No, I'm also a leader. I also have discipline inside. You offend me, yeah, I take my time. When I tell you, I must make sure there is discipline inside, so you can learn and not do it again.
But you do me, Sha. Pastor, what you do.
So you see, these are the issues that we have. You know, but you see what you are hearing from us now. No matter what's going on, we maintain one room, one bed.
We
one
as
house.
we are quarreling, we are looking at ourselves like that.
Nobody wants to say, I'm sleeping in my sister's house. I'm sleeping in the parlor.
No.
I'm going somewhere else to go and stay. I'm going to a hotel. That's part of the issue. Because marriage, you must have issues. You must have crises. But when people start messing up, I'm leaving. I'm going to my sister's house to go and cool off. I'll be there for 1 week. I'm going to my mother's house to go and cool off. I will get angry and take my car and go to a hotel to go and calm down because I'm angry with my wife. You're already causing problem in your marriage, and you are going to be prepared to divorce because you start living your, no, you stay in there until you work it out. You sort it out. You see, I leave my house, I go to the office, I leave the office, I go to the house. I'm not saying I want to drive somewhere, I want to go, no,
and he still provides. So it's not like they,
Exactly.
I mean, he will still drop the money, they will still, but every single thing that has to be done is done.
Whatever needs to be done financially is done. Because you're angry, say, I will punish my wife, I won't give her money. I will punish the house. When she doesn't have money to buy clothes or make her hair or waiting, she will come and talk to me. You are an irresponsible man. I call you are a mango. You don't do that. The man is the man. So imagine you say to me, maybe God is angry with you. Then God will say, I'll take oxygen away from you. Because I'm angry with you as God. You sinned against me, you blasphemed against me, no more oxygen for you. We are going to die. That's not what God does. He keeps on doing his job as covenant he has with us. Imagine what's going on in the world today. God will say, okay, no more rain. Let them hear me in the world. Let's sun why they don't beg me. But he has had a covenant with us. Rain will not stop. Sun will not stop. Day or night. He keeps on doing his job while he waits for us to come back to him and reconcile and ask him for forgiveness. That is how it works.
But you see, those days it wasn't easy. It took some, I mean, 6 to 7, 5, 6, 7 years is what it took before he began understanding that, look, do you know there are times when we quarrel, I practically have issues on my chest. I was born asthmatic. I had asthma growing up. I had asthma until I got married, you know. Now I'm a lot more better. But the thing is that emotional issues weigh me down physically. You see me, I cannot quarrel. I cannot carry things in my chest. I remember on 2 occasions, I ended up in the hospital. We had an issue. I can't even remember what the issue was. And I told myself, lie. Because small thing, I'm the one that used to go and beg. So this one, for at least 5 to 6 to 7 years of our marriage, to say sorry. It looks like they need to hook his, sorry is hard for him to say. If he manage to say sorry, he'll be more like that. I'm telling you, see this one, you'll say like this man. But when you see him in church, person will, oh my dear, I'm so sorry. Someone say, hey pastor, you did not call me on my birthday. Now pastor, I'm not happy with you. And you'll be like, oh, so sorry. What happened? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you. In madam say, eh? So sorry is in this man's mouth. But if it's me, who pen, it will hook. So we had an issue one time like that, and guess what? I told myself, I will not say sorry. I'm always the one who is going to beg. I'm always the one who's coming to say I'm sorry. I'm always the one who's coming to say, you know, let's talk about it. Because he can stay 20 days, one full month, and not talk to you, and this man will be normal. I don't know how he can do it. Me, I cannot be normal after 3 days. In fact, if I want to vex, 1 day or 2 days, my vex has finished. Sometimes I'm vexing, then I forget that I'm vexing. Then it will not be gisting. I will not bring up what is as the gist is hot. Inside the gist, I don't remember that I'm supposed to be angry, but by then, that's me. But you see this one, he can bone. Minimal talking in the house. How are you? How are the kids? I hope you slept well. In my heart, how am I supposed to sleep when we are not talking? He will start
You ask, it's your responsibility to make sure everybody's fine.
Don't try me.
That's how it works.
Don't try
That's how it works, you know.
You know, so it was that terrible. One time I ended up in Lily Hospital. It was so bad. I told myself, this man thinks because I'm always begging, Shebi, that I will behave like him. What nonsense. I heard this thing 5 days, 10 days. My chest was doing like this. 15 days. That one was like very long, almost 20 days. My darlings. I ended up with chest pain. You know, I started having issues with my chest. I wasn't breathing properly because it looked like they took one full bag of cement and dropped it on my chest. I wasn't breathing properly. I ended up in the hospital. They gave me hydrocortisone injections then, put me on nebulizer to clear my chest, you know. And after that, it was this same man that upset me, that still came to hospital to come and carry me. Sure, you are seeing.
I want to carry her.
Came and carried
when
me.
a father corrects a child and disciplines a child, it's not
you did not correct me, you are bony.
Yes, now because something happened. You did something and we are bony.
You are bony for me.
You know?
Anyways, that was, you know, how that was. So twice I ended up in the hospital, and then the cough syrup they gave me, all the drugs they gave me, I took those drugs for practically another 30 days. I was now asking myself, what was the reason for this quarrel like this? Maybe I could have just said sorry and let us, you know, keep moving. But you find out that, you know, from 3 years ago, Uncle started learning how to say sorry. Like if he does something, but see one thing, right? I now learned that okay, fine. When he does something, I'll just tell him, Pastor, what we need to talk. But before then, I would have processed it myself for at least. I may not reach 5 days like him, but I may process it. Think of what I want to say. Think of how to present what it is that he has done to me, right? Talk about it nicely. There's something the Bible says, telling the truth or talking the truth in love. Yes, speaking the truth in love. Yes, I want to tell him what he did that is upsetting me, but I still have to say it nicely, respectfully, and not insult him.
You see the question, unlike before, when you do me something, I just tell you. No, now over the years, she didn't like it, but I kept doing it. Until now, she has now gotten it also like that. Now, so it happens in the evening. My hours might not be in the night, like 1 o'clock or 2. It might be in the evening. You should just tell me, babe, we need to talk. Once I know,
but I have to wait for him to finish watching Arsenal match. If I come and he's watching match, look, I have to wait until that match is done.
I hope you are all learning. So, in the midst of the joke, get the point. You see, some ladies will tell you, they want to talk to their husband. He's watching a football match that men love football. It is that time he's watching a football match, or maybe he's trying to do something on his laptop or business or whatever. That is, you said we want to. That is, you tell him if it's really important to you to solve the problem, you should leave football and come and discuss this matter.
But
and when he refuses, are you getting my point now?
Yeah.
There's trouble. He's not serious. He doesn't want to talk about it. You see what I'm talking about? He's not interested. No, you are doing what is wrong. Now, if you tell your husband, we need to talk, he can decide to say, I turn off the TV. I don't want to watch it. I might watch it later to talk. That is beautiful. But also, if he doesn't decide, you might need to wait till the football match is over.
Out of respect and submission, you find out what they talk about these days. Submission. Oh, look, it is in the duty of a woman to submit. It doesn't matter what social media is telling you. It doesn't matter what they are saying. It doesn't matter what feminists are telling you. It doesn't matter what people who are upset with marriage institution are telling you. Mm-hmm. It is in the duty of a woman to respect and submit to the husband. It is the duty of the husband to love the wife. So if I look and he's watching TV, but what I used to do, I was like, Pastor Bowei, I wanted to talk to you about something, but no problem. I will come back after the match. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he look at me and tell me, okay. But like in the past 2 years, if I come and say, babe, we need to talk. Only he will just say, hey, what have I done again? No, give me remote. He's switching off everything. Sweetie, come on, what did I do? That's possible. But before, you look at me and say, okay, yeah, and then, the thing is peppering me. But now, we talk about, just about, and then I'm able to present you and say, look, this is what you did. This is what you did. It really upset me. And Pastor Bowei will be like, okay, fine, I'm sorry. Babe, please forgive me. I really didn't mean it like that. Bakam, quarrel has finished. So
you see, adaptation. After many times now, we are not getting to understand better how to resolve conflict, how to say sorry, the right time to talk. Okay, I'll tell you an example now. I recently decided to also, now that going forward, I'm offended. You see what we are looking for in the beginning took almost 9 years to get. So but we now understand that, okay, it doesn't have to be your way all the time. We have to now find a middle. What is marriage? Finding a middle ground so everybody is happy. Now I told her, oh, you do me something, I'm not happy about something, you offend me or something. I will tell you immediately. It takes some time. An example, I think we were traveling one time. We are going to come there. Yeah, part of the challenges, one of the challenges is also organization. I will put it like that. I'm a very
wait. Now let me
get there. I'll not just give an example.
Okay.
Now, because we think we're about to go on a trip, and she was supposed to carry, I think, international passport.
Yes, we had something.
So 2 or 3 days before the trip, I know my wife over 10 years. I said, babe, carry your international passport. Put it in the bag. She said, okay. I'll do it. I'll get it. Day 1. 2 days to the journey. Babe, have you carry your international passport? Yeah, sure. I'll get it. The day we are going, we'll get it now. So I left it. So we're in the car. I knew as we left, she didn't carry it. So we are driving a little bit far into our journey.
We're almost at where we are going to. So
I now asked her, did you carry your international passport? And she said, hey, I forgot it. Now, the me of before. From that moment in that car till that whole journey is over, till we get back, I won't say anything.
That's passed away for you. You be born.
I won't say anything. Why? I want to pass that message to you. You should not do it again. I won't say nothing. But at that moment, I was upset. But I kept on driving. I think 5 or 10 minutes into the journey,
It shocked me, oh. It shocked me.
I was still driving and I said, babe, you said what? I said, do you know that this thing you did now really got me angry?
Oh, God.
So what's that? I said, I remember I told you for 3 days to this trip, carry your international passport. And you still ended up forgetting it. Oh, I'm sorry. I said, I'm not angry. I've told you. So she's not surprised. I said, you see, I've made a decision. I will find better ways not to keep mute or keep silent for days or 1 week or whatever, because it's not always working.
I was shocked that he talked to.
And I talked
because
about
what
it.
did I know? We will go for that journey for 3 days. He will not even say that. Two of us that travel in the hotel, he will not talk until we come back to work. Between the two of us, he's more organized. I'm the only girl with 3 brothers, right? And I grew up in, my elder brother is organized, but me and the 2 younger ones, we shall be scatter house. So, and I grew up a tomboy, yo. All this long hair you are seeing and guy is not me. I had short hair. Cool down now.
My job. You package your wife to the kind of person you want. That's how you walk. That's what the man does.
I used to have very short hair. I wear t-shirts, jeans, sneakers. Now so I did. I don't like clothes that will hug and be flowing, that will stress my life. Long hair I cannot do. So even when we met, I had, I had started making my hair, but I was still a sneakers and jeans and polo kind of person. So between both of us, I'm the one who is a lot more organized. For example, we go to church, we are coming back. I can remove my shoe in the parlor. I can remove my wig is probably on the dining. As I'm removing my clothes, so in fact, when you come, you will see my clothes, underwear, everything is on the, on the bed. My bag is somewhere. I take a bath, come back, open drawer. The kind of house where there are clothes on the bed. You want to sleep, instead of to remove it, you will shift the clothes to one corner, make space on the other corner and sleep. That was how, I grew up. And again, I lived in a house where everything is shared. I use the same towels, the same toothbrush, the same everything with my brother. So all of those being ladylike was not part of me.
Yeah.
And then I married Mr. Organization. Pastor will come back. He will walk into his room. He will remove his watch. That kind, remove the watch, fold it, open the packet of the watch that has been on the shelf for 5 years. Put it back in the fold, wrap it, open it and put back and keep. He will remove his shirts, button it back, put hanger, take it outside, hang under the sun. He will remove his shoes, take the socks, put in the shoes, go to where the shoes, rack, put it there. When he finishes, he will take his bag, wear his clothes, arrange the bed. I'm like, oh, let her come back here, all of it. Please remove clothes and put on the bed, Jerry. And it was trouble. One thing I couldn't do for at least 8 years of my marriage is making bed. I do not like to make my bed.
You're shocked?
I don't like making bed. It's better you tell me to mop the full streets, clean stadium. But just to make bed was my issue. And person will come back. Babe, this bed is not straight enough. Stand up, let's I beg. You lie down, dress the side and lie down. What's there now? He says, no, we have to make this bed. It was tough. I started making my bed from like last 2 years. After pastor talked, I just cannot. I will wash clothes, I will mop floor, I will clean the house, but make the bed, I just can't make the bed. What he started doing is, he will just come, she's done the other things. Is he making bed that's going to make us quarrel? Pastor was making my bed for all of these years. So it was that tough. There were just some things I just couldn't do. It was just my makeup. Scattered, yes. Am I still scattered? I'm scattered in an organized way, I'm still a bit scattered, but organized. I can't be fully organized like him. His life is boring. This guy is too organized.
So you see that after a while, we started having little issues. Like you are going on a trip or you are going out. My wife can go out and get to the car and forget that her phone is in the room. Do you know till today? I still charge my wife's phone. Are you getting my point? My phone, my battery, you can never see my phone. Be 1 out of 1,000 times you see my phone that the battery is on 20%. It's not going to happen because I understand that my phone can never go off.
But my
And
phone
whatever,
doesn't go off now.
I'm coming. It goes off most times. It just goes off. It just went off and I plug it. It comes back.
Pastor
So
Boy is my phone charger.
she will use the phone, use it. The phone is on 5%. She's watching a video. She's watching videos. She's watching all kinds of things. And I'm wondering. So after she's done, oh, good night, baby, she sleeps off. And the phone is there. Before I sleep quite late. I look at the phone, 2%, 5%. So I don't even say anything. I take the phone, I plug it on the charger.
And when I wake up in the morning, my phone is charged.
Sometimes even during the day, I plug it for her. The phone will just go back to 35%. You carry it again. And use it, and use it, and use it until you get to 2%. I'm wondering, why can't you just charge your phone? Is it a problem to charge phone? No. So you see, many men can cause war in their home because of that. Because if you are the organized one, the person is not the organized one. That's why you are in a marriage. Your job is to influence the other person, positive. Okay. Yesterday, just yesterday. We're somewhere in Enugu right now. We're in Enugu actually shooting this live video now.
Okay.
So I was on the bed and watching my wife. So what you? I was saying my wife. She took banana from the fridge. Watch. She guys, you don't understand. So you think marriage is beans? It's not beans. So she opened the banana.
Pastor Boy, I know this is live video, but hold on.
No, wait,
hold on. Now you are beginning to bring out some things.
No, I'm just trying to give an example.
Wait.
It's not a bad example.
Okay.
It's just a normal thing.
I'm trying to think of what I've done.
So she opened the banana and opened it and removed the banana from inside the banana peel and forgot the banana peel on top of the fridge. Watch. Then banana has some veins, those white stuff. She peeled those things from the banana and took those ones to the waste bin. So when the bed looked at me, like, I said, babe, you forget banana peel on the fridge. Then the banana was small line. Hey, why not just carry that thing? He said, oh, it's true. So before, if it's me, you see what I'm saying? Before, I'll be angry. I won't say anything. So what would I do nowadays? I'll just go and carry it and keep them. Do you know why? Peace is more important than anything in your home. You have to understand the person. But what makes you understand your spouse more is conflict. You can't understand anybody with peace. If everybody's happy, you don't know what are you understanding. You're happy, we're happy. But when conflict comes, you don't know, okay, they have this deficiency, they have this deficiency. You sort it out, then you learn how to work with them. But many men will go crazy and go scattered and shout and all. No, you don't need that. So you see, over the years, I'm trying to understand, okay, she's getting better in it. She's getting better in organization, in fixing things, in doing stuff, in remembering things. You have to pull it that way till you get. Before we used to quarrel about it. Why? I will not be angry. Because she forgot to charge phone, or she forgot to carry international passport, or she forgot to carry charger when we were traveling, or you get my point. Or example, my wife can know you for 5 years and not save your number on the phone, and for that 5 years she may have called me 10 times to send her your number. I will not ask her, if I refuse to save the number like you, how will I have the number to send to you? Are you seeing it? So before I used to get angry.
Oh like, my God.
What is this? Say just to save number. You say, oh, I don't like to save number. I beg, send me that number again. So I was like, but
I said to
you before. So why did you save it? She doesn't have time. But me, once I talk with you I save the number because I may need it tomorrow, and I go back and check for it and I find it. So, but over the years, we are now learning, to understand one another. So you see that these things were great challenges. Our other challenge, apart from communication, we give you communication, we give you silent treatment. We've talked about organization.
Yes.
Now, at the beginning, it was financial challenges, which is very important in any marriage. Now, many of you are in the shoes where we were at the beginning. The beginning was tough. My wife was earning far better than me financially. So I would say at the beginning she was rich per se. She was earning, I think, about 100,000. I can't
That was 10
remember.
years ago, yes.
That's about 10 years ago. And I was earning zero. I wasn't on any salary. I was starting a business that was very, very, very slow. And at that time, she was deputy manager or whatever you call it, second in command
I was head of operations.
in the office. So she had a lot of persons working for her, and she had a very strong boss who raises her to be very strong. So that when he's not around, she can work. So my wife is dishing out instruction, do this, do that, do that. And she was earning money. So I was not. And whenever she comes back home, because she was working in Anambra State, comes back home, that's where we have issues. Why? Because yes, I am a man that doesn't have a lot of money. Having a good wife who releases the funds to you to be able to do one or two things. But at that time, the only issue she has was not financial, like talking down on me because I did not have money, or we need something to do in the house. She asked me, what do you do with the money? So she doesn't do that. The issue was now because of her status at work, her position, she mistakenly, I would say, not knowing, brought it to the house. So example, my wife will tell me, hey, please babe, give me cup, or please babe, give me the cup there. I'll look at her like, me, the bring cup. I won't say anything. So I'll do another one again. So she was thinking she's still in the office. So she brought the official spirit to the house. So she was talking to me until I was angry. I was not happy. So as a man, if you have complex issues, you're not sure of who you are, you're not confident of your future as the man, many men can break their homes because of that and start insulting their wives and misbehaving. So after some time, I had to tell her. One day I told her, say, calm down. When you get to this house, keep the office outside.
HOP, head of operations.
Head of operations outside. Come inside as wife. And I told her, I said, because you're talking to me like I'm your colleague, or I'm working
your
on
staff.
Or your staff. I said, I'm not your staff. So that was an issue because at one point I started feeling, is it because she's making more money than me? These things run in the head. But what you do with it matters a lot. So I had to talk about it.
It wasn't easy. In my heart, I have a boss, his name is Jikato, right? My boss raised me like steel.
A man, strong in the business
world. My boss, because he took me along with everything he did. So he raised me like man of steel. So he taught me to take decisions and get things done, like don't look at anybody, get it done.
Yeah.
So he trained me like a man, right? And I deliver results. Mm-hmm. And not like he trained me to be rude, no, but things have to get done. So I come back in the house and let's say I'm here and I need a cup of the fridge. He's closer to the cup. So I'm just saying, okay, fine. Babe, please, pass me the cup.
There was no please now. There was no please. That's what I'm saying. Babe, please, I need the cup.
Is that not please I just said?
No.
Is that
maybe
not that the
maybe
please?
I need please because I'm nice.
No, the please still sounded, I understand. The please still sounded official. First of all, in the house, you can't be sending your husband on different errands. You can't be telling him, do this, do that, right? So mine was, okay, fine, if you're closer to the table, please help me get a cup. And he wanted like, look, auntie, I am not your staff. And I wonder, what have I done now that this man is? I just asked you to pass me a cup, all right? So he kept, but there are different things. I said something, he tells me I'm not your staff. Small things. So, but what did I do? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, it was an issue. As in, there were days when we really were like, don't talk to me like that. And I'm saying, what have I said? What have I done? I just said something. He says, look, you talk to me with respect. You can't talk to me as if I'm your staff. Anyway, about 3 years, I started telling myself, look, this is a serious issue. He's complaining. If he's complaining about the way I talk, not because I am rude, but I sound as if I'm talking to a boy, I'm talking to a child, right? Even though I say please, even though I'm nice, but you know how you're talking to a child? This is my head, this is my husband, this is, my covering, so I can't be talking to him like a child. Guess what I did? I started practicing, I'm telling you, practicing how to talk to Pastor Boy. I started practicing how to talk to my husband. I would go to the mirror and I'd be like, babe, please, can you help me do this, please? I say, no, this one, I know enter. Babe, could you help me do this, please? I had to learn how to, change my tone, put a little more smile, add a lot of please, say, sweetie, please, could you help me do this, like that? Oh, baby boy, please, can you do this for me, like that? I went in front of the mirror and I practiced and I practiced. There are days when it's bubbling in my heart to just say what I want to say. But it's bubbling in my heart and I'm telling myself, don't do it. Just, take it nice and slow and slow. And my darlings, and that was how I kept practicing until I learned how to talk to my husband in such a manner that shows respect and honor.
But many women will not do that. They'll tell you, that's how I talk.
Yeah,
That's how my voice be. That's how I am. That's how strong my voice is.
You should take it like that.
You're going to have issues in your home and you don't know where it's coming from. Because men can be very funny at the times. The little things that you think don't matter, it really, 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 really does, to them. Now, I mentioned financial issues at the beginning, but apart from this, we basically did not have when I mean financial issues, not that we didn't struggle financially, get my point, but we didn't have issues with money, like holding on to money.
Yeah.
Your husband is not giving money, the wife is not releasing money. No, but we had financial struggles. We needed to grow, we needed to get better, we needed to get to better accommodations, we needed to get a car, we needed to buy stuff. So those ones are normal financial struggles that couples go through. So when she grew from earning 100,000 plus and I was earning nothing, then business started taking shape gradually. Then she moved to a next salary of 60,000.
Yes, I dropped.
So she dropped just because she needed to come back to make the marriage work. We were far apart for about 1 year and 6 months.
Yes, I was in Anambra, he was in Enugu. And at some point, I just needed to, I can't just get into a new marriage and stay away. Staying away will cause a lot of misunderstandings because when somebody talks to you on the phone, you don't even know what the facial. The person may be joking, but because you didn't see the face or to see the smile, you think that you've been insulted.
Yeah.
After some time, I told myself, look, which one is more important to me, the marriage or the job?
And the money.
I dropped, I left that job, relocated back to Enugu, took a job as a receptionist.
From assistant manager.
From assistant, from head of operations to
a receptionist of 60,000. Just because we need to save our marriage. So to save the home and make sure we have understanding this new marriage, she had to cut down, financially, a salary.
Cut down in status too.
To earn a salary, I had to cut down a lot of other things that we could not, afford. Then as God will have it, after the 60,000 salary, she moved up to about 170 something thousand.
230.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, I got another job that was 230,000.
About 230,000. Now watch what they're doing. Well, now you're seeing that I didn't say we have crisis with money. No, because we didn't have a problem. Money to us is not something to die or do all that.
Sorry, there was something I used to do when I started getting the job of 230,000. My salary was 230,000. You won't believe what I did, right? It was being paid into a checking account. So I took the check and gave to Pastor. He had the checkbook to my salary account. And once they get paid, we get paid. I just tell them, babe, we've been paid. For 4 years or 3 years of that job, Pastor will, the checks are signed. He will write your tithe, 23,000, your offering, your allowance, 30,000, then house, this one, that one, like that. Pastor is the one that will go and cash the check. For 3 years of that job, I did not touch my salary. I submitted everything to him. I didn't bother, but guess what? If you don't have a husband that don't have sense, don't do it.
Don't do that.
It's risky. I had a man who was accountable. I had a man who did not say, I've seen money, let me be spending anyhow. No. He still would take the check, cash the money, but I would get a text how he, splits that money into different things. I will not ask him to break down out of respect, but he will on his own break down how he spent that money. So it was easy for me. I didn't bother. Last, I got about 30K for myself, which I did use because I'm this kind of person that I don't bother with clothes and shoes and all of I don't even bother with that. So even the 30K that he gives me as pocket money, by the time the next month is, I haven't even spent this one. Do you understand? So I sent everything. He handled the full finances. Also, the reason I did that was because I knew we were, I didn't want to emasculate him. Do you understand? He wasn't earning much. I was earning all of 230,000. So I didn't want him to feel like I make the money, I call the shots. So I said, okay, fine. I make the money. And then he could decide, It made him feel like a man that, okay, fine, he can actually buy a recharge card without having to ask me. He can put fuel in the car without having to, ask me. He can maybe even send small 5K or even 2,000 to his sister without having to, take permission, So that was how it was, and we kept moving. But guess one thing? Now he makes quite a lot of money in millions. Do you
Even
know?
at that time too, and it didn't last for, I think after about 2 years, God now started blessing the business.
Yes.
Gradually. So we really did not now need the salary. But watch what she still did. She kept on doing what she had been
I
doing
still
before.
kept giving him.
So we now had a joint account where money is saved. So I bring what is remaining from the salary after removing her tithe and whatever. I get what is in my own side to be saved, and everything goes into the account for saving. Are you seeing what we do? So when I tell you we didn't really have financial issues, but the warning she gave is very important. Know the kind of person you're married to. So because if you're married to a man who is a spender, who wastes money,
He will wipe your
drink,
full money.
alcohol, and all those things, you're going to say submit your salary to him. You are going to be bitter very soon and frustrated. So you give him everything, and by the 10th day of the month,
He's finished your money.
you have
Don't
finished your
do
own
it.
salary, and he's not working or his business is not coming. Don't do that. Keep your money. Take care of the house, contribute to it, and keep a large chunk, because you're going to be stranded very soon. But when you have understanding in that, then you release it, submit it. The Bible says submit everything. You do that.
Up until today, right? Now, see what it led us to. Up until today, he makes money by himself, right? And when he makes, well, now he makes quite a lot of money. And guess what? He still accounts to me the money that he made. For example, let's say he does, he's into LED lights, what's that?
Screens,
Screens,
billboard,
media, billboards, and all of that. He gets a contract, and let's say he makes 1.5 million as profit from that. By the time he gets the money, I get a WhatsApp text telling me how he spent the 1.5 million. You will see, oh, my tithe 150,000, my offering this, I sent 20,000 to my mother, I sent 15,000 to my sister, I saved, I put maybe 1.1 million in the savings account. I've sent you 150,000 for house upkeep, I've sent you 50,000 for yourself. He will write it down in a WhatsApp and send to me. I look at it and I smile. Now, I'm not the one who's making the money, right? 10 years, and there's something I want to say, right? In this marriage, I got to a point I needed to make a sacrifice. I'm a high flyer. I'm a busy executive. I'm like upwardly mobile. Now, so I be. I'm a career person. I want to get to the top of my media. Radio, TV presenter, that's what I do, right? I work in radio stations and TV stations, right? And one thing that I decided was that, look, I was going to get to the top. It meant that I had to attend trainings. I had to be Abuja tomorrow. I'm in Lagos and all of that. But 5 years into the marriage, I have 3 children. And I had to ask, and plus I adopted one child, so I have 4. I decided by myself, when Pastor got transferred from Enugu to Warri, I decided to leave my job and follow him, because by this time, 5 years into our marriage, he's become a senior pastor in Dominion City. He's now the pastor of Dominion City, the whole of Warri. It was no longer a satellite small parish pastor. It was Dominion City, the whole of Warri, and I had to support him. So I resigned from my job, left my job, took my children, we relocated and joined him. We've been in Warri for 5 years. And I tell you, in 5 years, I haven't done radio or TV. I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. I decided to stay at home for the sake of my children. You see, there's something that happens to us women. You want to be a high flyer, and then you sacrifice your children's upbringing for your career. No. My number one calling in life is to make sure I raise godly children. That is my number one calling. Yes, I'm going to be a minister, be a business executive, but I have the duty. So I said to myself, my last baby is how old?
Now?
1 year, no. She's
Okay,
4 years now. I didn't even give him birth to her, but I said to myself, I will not work for the next 5 or 6 years. Let me take this time and spend time grooming my children. I can't have a child of 3 years or 4 years. Today I'm in Abuja, tomorrow I'm in Lagos, next I'm in Calabar. I leave my children to house help or to assistants. No. Parenting is not delegatable. I cannot delegate my duties as a mother to a house help or somebody. No. I stayed back for all of these 5 years. I mean, I've been at home. Now, is it easy? No.
No, sir.
I have had times when I feel bad, times when I feel terrible, times when I feel like, look, everybody's leaving and I'm the only one sitting at home. There are times when my children wake up, mommy, bye, mommy, bye, mommy, bye-bye. They get into the car, they're off to school. Pastor too will dress up, fine boy, no pimple, he will dress up with his afro. He enters car, oh, babe, I'm going to the office. Everybody is out of the house. I'm the only one in the house, staring at her, asking myself, look, is this what my life is going to be? I would not lie to you. I respect women who have chosen to stay at home and take care of the children. What you are doing is something I am not able to do, and I respect you for that. I tried it 5 years. It was not easy. There were days I was depressed. There were days I was crying.
Yeah.
There were days that person will come back and ask me, "Sweetie, how are you?" I'll be like, "Eh? How are you now?" I beg, I'm fine. And then he will ask me, "How was your day?" I'm also be like, how is my day supposed to be? I was at home looking at table and chair and kitchen. I didn't do anything with my life, you know. It was, but he asked me, okay, get a job. Inside me, I tell myself, no, I need to make this sacrifice. When my children grow up to a point, I would dive back into, you know, the media world and the career world, and I can fly. If I give 5, 6, 7, 10 years, you know, to my children, they are my children. Then, after then, I can fly. And see, the truth is, you think your life is moving. You think your life is wasting. It is not. 16 years after your child is in first year, or, you know, 17 years, they are out of the house. You have all of your life. So, I have made, you know, sacrifice. At least I tried 5 years. I couldn't do 10 years, but I've done 5 years. But now I'm setting up a business, right? A big business that is a media company, right? That I can be in charge of my time, where I don't have to report to, you know, hierarchies. So even though, yes, I'm planning to get back to work sometime this year, but I am now in charge of my time. I can actually go to the office and have my children in the office. I can step out when I want. I can go home when I want. I can decide to work from home and nobody queries me. It took all of 5 years for me to get to this point, but I had to make that sacrifice. So if you see women who stay at home and they decide to, you know, take care of their children, don't call them lazy. Now, what did I do while I was at home? Did I just sit around and do nothing? No. I got into long reach. I got into network marketing, and I decided to, you know, I was selling toothpaste, roll-on, soap, all of those things. I did network marketing, and guess what?
Made a lot of money.
I got into network marketing in 2018. Within 2018 and
2022.
I didn't make money in 2018. I didn't make money in 2019.
2020
you know.
to 2022.
Yeah, so but 2022, my business kicked off, and between 2020 to this year, I made 13 million. In 1 year plus, I made 13 million in long reach. I made 13 million in my network marketing business. Because even though I was at home, I gave it my all. I did it like somebody who was going to the office. Every day I wake up and I'm pushing. The only thing is that I was at home. I just go out, buy some goods, come back and continue. So now I'm planning to go back to my media, my career, my radio, TV, you know, job. That is where my life is. That is what I want to do with my life. But I've spent quite some time grooming my children in the way of the Lord, in the way they should grow. Bible says, train up a child in the way he should grow. When they are old, they will not depart from it. Even now that I'm going back to job, I'm not just going to find a job. I am creating my own business that will give me time. The day I want to stay at home, I'm at home, work from home. The day I want to stay with my children, when they want to go for holidays, I can go with them without having to feel bad.
Let me say something. You know, my job is also create balance. You know, let me say this. You know, the thinking. So as a woman is watching now, and I tell the husband. So you see that I want to make a sacrifice now and stay at home for 5 years to take care of the children.
I didn't say it must be 5 years. It can be 10.
To the balance. One, she did that, but created a job while in the house, so she can also have funds to support the home. So on the average, our business was paying her close to 450, 500,000 a month from the house. If you calculate it, 13 million to 2 years, it's around that 400,000. So you see that. But also at some point too, God had started blessing me
Really?
to be able to take care of her and the children even if she was not working. So you see the balance. Don't go and not say, I want to take care of the children and pay the price for 5 years, or God should go and start working. If he is not that at that level at the moment to take care of you, the 3 children, house rent, everything with his salary or with his business, you would have to find another option, which is find how to create the balance between raising your kids and having something to do to augment what the man is bringing. Are you seeing the balance now? So because one of the greatest issues that can cause crisis in marriage is money. The man being able to take care of the home or not being able to take care of the home, able to having crisis and issues. So you must find a way. So for us, God helped us, started blessing us really fast, and things are getting better. But if it's not like that for you, take the lessons on how to balance it, so you'll not be having, crisis, in your home. Like we said, she said at the beginning, if you have a husband who doesn't know how to manage funds, keep it, so you can also help the marriage. For the man also, if you have a spender, a waster,
almost spend
as a wife, be also careful. Do your job, give her money for the home, like buying food and all those things. Give her money to take care of herself, but bulk money for saving in the family, to buy land, to buy house, investment, do not give it to her. Carry her along. Go to buy a land, your wife's name should be on your land, whether she's a spender or not. Her name should be there, but don't give her the papers, because she can go and sell it when she needs to spend money.
All the lands that we have, all the properties, every single thing we own is not Mr. and Mrs. So
you understand?
It's not me. It's not Mr. and Mrs. It is Malaika Ada Bowei Opukeme and Ebimo Bowei Godswill Opukeme. That is how we write our name.
That's how I do it, because
there's nothing like Mr. and Mrs. because anybody can be Mr. and Mrs.
Anything can happen tomorrow. I want to make sure if anything happens, they are okay. They are fine. Nobody comes to drag anything with anybody. Make sure. So are you getting what I'm trying to say now? So make sure you balance it. You have to balance it, so that money, because money is mammon. Mammon is Satan. It can come into your home and scatter your home. So these are few of the challenges we had in marriage, and how we have been able, by the help of God, to sort it out. I also tell you that there are other challenges that we cannot mention. There are plenty.
There are plenty. We have just 1 hour for this live video, so there are just so many. Maybe subsequently we will have other videos we can talk about it.
Challenges in marriage, how to have, but don't forget this. I'll say this: when those challenges come up, God gives you wisdom.
Pray together.
You pray, understand the person. Take a year, even 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Understand your wife. She understands your husband. But apart from God, wisdom, understanding, have mentors. We have
marriage mentors.
The greatest persons who have been able to help us solve marital challenges that we're talking about now is my pastor. PCJ, the pastor of the University of Port Harcourt,
PCJ and
his wife, Pastor Okwi, the pastor of the University of Port Harcourt. When the thing gets to the point where I can't handle it anymore, she has to report, so they can correct me. When it gets to the point where I can't handle it anymore, I have to report, so they can correct her. You see, I don't report to my father or my mother. She doesn't report to her brothers or whatever, our auntie in the village or our auntie in town.
No.
We report to them. They are unbiased. They are our spiritual pastors that take care of us in marriage, in other things. So that has also been one of the greatest weapons God has given us. Those people know more about our marriage than my father and my mother.
Yes.
Know more about it, and they call us to order because we decide to submit our marriage to them. So don't just go and submit your marriage to anybody who does not know God, somebody that doesn't know what he's doing in marriage. They will give you the kind of advice they have why their own is not working. And they will use their own lives, to pattern, your marriage, and you're going to have an awesome home.
Thank you very much, guys, for staying with us on this live. There is so many things to talk about, but 1 hour is not enough, but I'm sure you've learned some things. Thank you so much for staying with us. Please don't forget to share, like, please comment, and it's important. Big Konu, share this video to people, and I'm sure a lot of persons will be blessed. God bless you. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah.
See you. Bye.
Bye.